Unit 9. Recording 2. 1.
People always ask me that, and it's a very difficult question to answer. One thing is that it's no good just sitting around waiting for an idea to come. If I'm stuck for an idea, I have to switch off and do something else for a while. If I'm stuck with the plot, or I need to work out how a particular character should behave, then I'll go off and do something else for a bit. Doing the washing up is quite good, doing something mundane that you don't have to think too hard about. So I like to invite lots of people round to dinner so that in the morning there are lots of plates to wash, and that gets me thinking. When you free the mind, it helps spark creative connections. So you're doing the washing up or having a shower and suddenly an idea might come to you. You actually have to take your mind off the writing, off the task in hand, and that's when you think of something creative. It's funny how our brains work. Sometimes I'll go out into the garden or go for a run to clear my head. When I get back to my desk, the ideas flow a lot more easily.
2.
I use a lot of mixed media, so I get my ideas from all over the place. But one place I often start is with a photograph. I really like old black and white photographs, so I might start with a photo of someone, and then I'll gradually build up a story around the photo using a collage of different ideas and colours. Sometimes I read poems or write them, and I put quotes on the pictures to help tell the story. But it usually starts with the photo. Sometimes when I'm out with a group of people, I get very inspired just watching what's happening. I look at the colours, the clothes people are wearing, how the colours change in the candlelight, things like that. I might take a photo, or I just try to keep the image in my head, take a mental picture of what it looks like and the feeling I have, and then I'll use that in a painting that I'm working on.
3.
Books mainly. Old recipe books, like Margaret Coster, a classic. I'll look through old recipes and then try to recreate the same idea, but with a modern, more contemporary twist. Yes, old tomes. Larousse is another one, with plenty of ideas. Or sometimes I'll go to the Michelin guides, the restaurants with stars. They have books, so I look there too. Unfortunately, I rarely eat out myself, so I don't get ideas that way, but books are a great inspiration. And there's something about having big, heavy books in the kitchen that have been with you a long time. They inherit your character a little and hold in them so many memories of enjoyable meals.
4.
I sometimes go to museums or exhibitions, and I'll go and look at some Picasso or Van Gogh, someone who used big, bold colours, and I'll just sit in the gallery with my notebook and do a few sketches or try out some colours. Or if I don't have time, I'll buy some postcards, and then when I get home I'll choose from the various patterns and shades. I have an inspiration board at home, a wall in my studio where I put images, photos, things I like the look of. If I go into a shop and see a design I like, then I'll try to take a picture of it or do a quick sketch, and that will go onto the board. I won't copy it exactly, but it might feed into something I'm working on. There are all sorts of things there, quotes I read, cards that people send me. The idea is that I can use the board as a starting point for a new design. It's important that I can see and touch lots of different textures and materials. These are very important in fashion. Sometimes just looking at something aesthetically pleasing helps to get the creative juices flowing and gives you a few ideas to reflect on.